Welcome. We're listening to Light Skin Cation. And that's on pub. Okay. Well, we like Light Skin Keisha now. Shout out to Light Skin Keisha. Welcome to Politics with the Princess. You are watching us on WJZZ, Cool TV. You can watch us live stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. And on any other social media platforms. Like, share, follow, comment, and call in. The number to call in is 313-355-6018. And wait, this weekend is 4th of July weekend.
Oh, girl, I forgot all about the 4th of July.
First, let me introduce who's in the
He said Juneteenth. That's all right.
who's in the spot with me. We'll call it the spot. Of course, we got my lovely co-host, Tony. No last name, just Tony.
Name, period.
No last name necessary. Introduce yourself, young man. He got stuck in here with us, literally.
Hello, my name is Steele Hughes.
And so today we say Happy 4th of July weekend. And let's get into what are we doing. We want you to call in and tell us what are you doing for this 4th of July. Last 4th of July, people really couldn't do anything. COVID-19, right? So call in and tell us what are you doing for. Can you even say what you're doing? Because you got that look like I don't know if y'all
on boat. That's all I'm doing is boat.
I got invited to a boat for this weekend up in Muskegon.
Oh, I don't know about no Muskegon. We gonna do like something like St. Clair or something like that.
Yeah, so I got invited to a boat outing 2 days, and I'm like, I don't like boats.
It's a 2-day outing?
Yeah, so
Girl, that's beautiful.
she lives off by the water, my friend does. Beautiful house in Muskegon. She lives in some condos. And so she has a boat, and she's like, we're going out on a boat. And I'm like, is it leaving the dock?
Of course.
Oh, you can't swim.
No. And I don't want to swim. I don't want to be on the boat. I used to have trouble. Y'all probably don't remember. The Bablo boat? Y'all don't remember.
Too young for that.
Right.
It was my favorite song, though. Royce and
Bablo
J. Cole?
boat? You don't remember Bablo Island?
I'm Gen Z, baby.
Okay, we got to research Bablo Island for you.
I'm Gen Z.
Okay, so, it closed down when I was younger. But, it was a place where we would go, we'll get on the boat, and it'll take us to an island. It's a big amusement park. We'll go every 4th of July. And I used to just be like this.
My mom and dad met on there.
Really? By
That's the story they tell, the Bablo boat.
Oh, Bablo Island. It's rocking. Whatever. Anyway.
Where was it? I know where Belle Isle is, but where was
I
the
don't
island?
know. It's just, we just know it as Bablo Island. We got to research it.
Okay,
Tony
well, where was
research.
it? I'm like,
Maybe
where
it
was
was
Bablo
it?
Island. B-O-B-L.
Maybe it was.
Oh, Bablo Island. And Bart Simpson was the mascot in the end.
Bart
Try to save it.
Simpson.
Yeah. So, I'm just nervous about the boat leaving the dock. Like, I could get on the boat and just stay at the dock. I'm cool. But leaving the dock, I don't know about that.
Got you.
What are you doing this weekend?
I'm relaxing. This weekend, for the most part, we got a lot of stuff done yesterday, but just on the 4th of July, we sitting by a pool, barbecuing,
I forgot
and
it was
floating
4th
around.
of July. She called and asked me. And then I was walking in stores, and I'm seeing it. I'm like, wait a minute. It's 4th of July? Oh, crap.
So all my brothers got kids. So they gonna offer all the kids probably gonna come over to the house. You want to just be in the pool, barbecuing, just hanging out.
That's good about family. So today, you looking it up for real, ain't you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look it up for you because we're gonna get straight into the topic today.
Oh, it was like
Today
18
we are
hours
back
from
to
Detroit.
politics, talking strictly politics, and we're gonna have a special guest in here, our political guru that talks politics with us. I don't know where he is, but we're talking strictly politics. We're talking about who's running for what in Detroit. And so, I know I'm supposed to be political princess, but I kind of been not trying to be in it because Detroit races get kind of... like, you can get killed over a Detroit race.
That's on purpose.
You know? Like, people will bury their mamas over the Detroit races.
Not their mom.
Detroit, look, they kids selling kids for Detroit. So, let's start with some districts. And then we'll Or we want to hit the mayors first?
Let's start off with districts. I feel like districts are a little bit easier.
Districts are a little bit easier. So, District 7. Who are the candidates for District 7? I know, in where is District 7? District 7, I know I was born and raised in District 7. Projects, shout out. Gabe Leland is my council person right now. Who's running in District 7?
So we have quite a few candidates. We have 6. We have Regina Ross.
We have 6.
Yes, 6 candidates. That's crazy, right?
Regina Ross.
Mm-hmm.
I know her. I think all of them we know.
Y'all
right?
probably do.
Do you know
I'm,
Regina Ross?
I'm fresh into the
okay,
politics
so
game.
I'll let you say them all, and then we'll. She's crazy.
Okay, we have Regina Ross, Joanna Underwood, Angie Webb, Fred Durhall III, John Bennett, and William Davis.
So let's start with the first one, Regina Ross. Do you know Regina Ross?
Do not.
Okay, so I haven't read her bio. I don't know what it says about her in there, but I do know, so you can make sure you have their bio right there. Regina Ross has been in that community forever. Regina Ross had also worked on, she worked for the One campaign when Gretchen was running for office. So she covered that district. I think she sits on a board in the 13th Congressional District. Sits on a committee or something. I think she's one of the vice chairs or something dealing with the 13th. But she's very active in that community. The community knows her. And the one thing about Regina Ross, she runs for everything over there. State rep, city council, but she's always wanted city council.
Okay.
Like every time it's time to run for city council, her name has been in there. So that's kind of a strong name that's in there. What's the next person?
Before you go on, my question is, when you say in the community, what's that mean?
So Regina Ross is, when I say in the community, has done events in the community, helped the seniors in the community, really stays in her community. You know how some people, you live a place, but then you off downtown doing something else. She tries to have it all in her community.
Okay.
And William Davis is like that too in that community. So you got a couple of them that the community people know them. Just like the girl who ran, Rosalind Osborne. How you say her last name? Her and her mama are my favorite. But the community knows them. They are community based. They save lives and houses, Rosalind, in that community.
Okay.
So when you get that close to somebody in that community where you're changing their life and they know you, that's like a given vote. So that's like. So who else is over there?
You said William Davis.
Like William Davis is in that community. He's also the police commissioner in that community right now. Yeah, he's the police commissioner over there. Oh, this is our political guru. Thank you for coming. So, William Davis is a police commissioner in District 7, right? The current police commissioner. He's not running for that. He's running for city council. It's the first time he don't have to be a write-in. He makes sure he got his stuff together. He always got to be a write-in. So, anyway, very active. Was very close to Avenal Hogan. Okay. They did a lot together. What else? Do you know William Davis?
I don't.
No,
I don't know any of these.
Okay, next.
You gotta understand, a lot of these people that are running are older, and they're not really trying to reach out to my generation.
Okay, well, let's talk about that.
We are the ultimate
decider. Okay, and then y'all not the ultimate decider.
Low-key, we are. It's more of us.
It's more of us now
than
the other generation, and that's our job now.
We
gotta make the importance.
But actually, the people who vote are the ultimate decider. So maybe if y'all engage y'all age group, and then y'all could be a powerful powerhouse, right? Because right now over there, it's seniors and women. All right, my district over there is women. There's a lot of women, young women, single women over there. That's that district over there, single women. In this district, the state rep is Karen Woodset.
Oh man, she's so lovely.
Next, what's the next name besides William Davis?
John Bennett.
John Bennett. I do not know John Bennett. Who knows John Bennett? I don't. I know he ran I just met him on a call, and I think, what's John Bennett? Wait, who's John Bennett? Do I know John Bennett?
Everybody in here should know John Bennett.
The name sounds familiar.
It sounds familiar. How do I know John Bennett?
He's a former police officer.
Okay.
You remember the lawsuit? The police officers
You
that.
don't have to be close to the mic. It just.
Oh, really?
No, you don't. I've been trying to tell you that forever. Every time you don't have to touch it, we don't have to move
I'm
it.
used to having to do all that. But you remember the police officers that Kwame Kilpatrick tried to fire? Gary Brown, John Bennett, and there were two others.
Oh.
He was one of those. He was a police officer, a very good one.
But he runs often, right?
Well, he's run for city council.
Not for state rep.
No, he's run for city council twice before.
Oh.
But he was, in my eyes, he was illegally fired. Some people got paid. Some people didn't. He was one of the officers that didn't get paid. You know, didn't really benefit from the lawsuit. But he was illegally fired.
Okay.
Since then, he's been an organizer. He's been fighting crime. I mean, you can catch him on Facebook, always talking about what's going on in the community. And so, John Bennett has done a lot of work in the community, from being a police officer to a community organizer. Never been elected. He's only run 2 times before, but half the people in the race have run before and lost.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I think all the people in the race have
Yeah,
run before
all
and
the
lost.
people in the race have won, except not
have
running.
run and lost at least once.
Okay. So who's next after John Bennett?
Fred Durhall III. Excuse me if I'm butchering your name. I ain't good with names.
Fred Durhall III. You're right, but
He's a
I'm trying to
former
figure
state rep.
out.
Who?
I didn't know that was his city council district.
It goes all the way to Dexter and Davison. So he's on the edge of the district.
I'm really just learning that. I thought somebody else. So who's the, when it gets to the edge, who's that city council person?
What do you mean?
It was Gabe Leland. Who is his partner?
Who's on the other side?
Right, who's that?
On the other side of that should be Roy McAllister.
Is it?
Or yeah.
I was just
right
shocked
there,
to
that
see
David.
his name in there because he was a state rep.
It should be Roy McAllister, or right there in that Midtown, Dexter, Davison area is about 3 districts that sort of connect, because Mary Sheffield actually goes all the way to Midtown. And Gabe Leland goes all the way to some close to Midtown. But his district actually swings to Dexter and Davis in that area.
Yeah, I was shocked to see that. I don't know. I know he was a state rep. His dad was a state rep. But I don't know if they know him where I grew up. Thank you for pulling it up.
Yeah, 2 is right on the other side of
Who's
Davis.
2?
7. That's Roy McAllister.
Roy McAllister.
Yeah,
And that's
Tate.
7.
And that's what I was talking about. This is that area.
See, that's what I'm talking about. James Tate.
Well,
I would've
that's
thought he
further
was in there.
northwest. No,
Okay,
that's further
that's good.
northwest. So that area that I was talking about, that Midtown, right on the other side of Highland Park, that Midtown area, going all the way to Dexter and Davison, you got 3 districts that sort of, from Roy McAllister to Highland Park is the gray area.
I don't really know. I don't know the why he's running for city council. I will have to ask him the why. I think we need to do what do you call it? The form.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think.
Because I know he was a state rep, and I never knew that he wanted to be city council. Regina Ross always wanted to be a city council person. William Davis always wanted to be a city council person. Who else did we have before that? John Bennett.
We have
Joanna Underwood.
The charter commission.
I mean, but his father's run for mayor before. It's not like
Yeah,
they've never
but-
wanted to be in city politics. Not only has he run for mayor, but the family.
The dad ran for mayor.
Not
That's
only
when I
that,
first-
but the Durhall family, actually, the way they got into politics was in the municipal. His father worked for Coleman Young at one point. And
So
so his
maybe he
first
wanted to be-
experience, the family's first experience in politics was always municipal government. Then he went on to run for state rep and city council. I think he lost a few times. But he ended up winning the state rep seat. His father did. And so the son sort of got that experience. I'm not sure if you want to count that as real experience, but the son sort of watched his father go from municipal to state and then run for municipal seats while he was elected as a state rep. So once you're elected in the state legislature, you know, it's not a far reach or a far jump to represent those same constituents in another sort of capacity in government, whether that's locally or federally.
Question. We talked off record before we got here. And so if somebody wants to, of course, somebody has a goal. They're thinking about doing city council first, Senate second, or state rep second, blah, 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 whatever, right? I told that person that usually when you do city council, you get stuck there. Now, if you go from state, I've seen state reps come back and run, like a Mary Waters was a state rep. But I've never witnessed a city council person making it out of that city council seat.
Not from Detroit.
Not from Detroit.
Most of the time, you know, our council members, once they get elected, that's pretty much where they end up.
We want to know why. Why?
Oh, because it's a thankless job. You know, you get blamed for things that's not really your fault on city council. You're a member. They look at you as an executive, but it's a strong mayor government. So the council members really don't have a whole lot of power. They control the purse strings over the big budgets, and really for the past 12, 15 years, they ain't even control that because we were under emergency management.
So do you think it ruins their reputation to where it's hard to run for something else, or they just...
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it ruins anybody's reputation. Well, there has been one. You know, Brenda Jones won Congress for 2 weeks.
Yeah, drugged.
But she
lot.
won. She won for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Prior to her, it was Carl Levin. That was a long time ago. Well, actually, Ken Cockrell went from city council to mayor, but that was temporary. And then, you know, prior to him, it was Carl Levin who went from city council to U.S. Senate. And he was there for a long time. But it's just, you know, the city council position is not a strong council position. You really don't have a whole lot of power, and you get blamed for a whole lot of stuff.
But I'm wondering, why would they... So the question is, why don't they want to advance? Like, why...
It's not
they just, like...
How do they not want to advance? What do you mean by that?
I'm saying, why do they stay there? And I've never seen a city council person go from city council in Detroit to being a state rep. I'm trying to ask, what's the why?
Well, going from city council to state rep, for some people on city council will consider that a step down as opposed to a step up.
Okay, that's what we're trying to... Why do you think it's a step down?
Because of well, I said that some people may
I'm
think.
saying some people...
I never said that. That's what I think.
Why do you think some people would think it's a step down?
Because of the amount of people, the constituency that you represent, the amount of members that there are in the House as opposed to on city council. I mean, you know, and then, you know, the power that you have on city council as opposed to the power that you have as a state rep. As a state rep, you represent, you know, 90,000 people, 90 to 100,000 people. As a council member, you're going to represent a lot more than that. As a state rep, you're one of, 100? As a council member, you're one of 9.
Okay.
And so as a state rep, you vote on issues that deal with the entire state. As a council member, you're only voting on issues that deal with the city. So you're in your district or in that city, you're one of 9, very popular, and blamed for everything that the mayor does that you can't stop. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. And so it's a thankless job. It's almost like being a police officer, you know, and living in that neighborhood that's full of crime, and they gonna blame.
And the crime still goes on.
And the crime still goes on. You're gonna get blamed for everything.
Okay, so you're watching Politics with the Princess on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. You can watch us on live stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Like, follow, share, and comment. Call in and tell us what you are doing. We're going to ask you too, sir, what you are doing for this 4th of July weekend, which I just found out it was 4th of July like 2 days ago, and I'm trying to like accept this invitation to go get on a boat. You better hope I don't cancel. I'm trying not to cancel. So, we're discussing Detroit politics, city council races, and we had one more person to go over. It was JoJo, right?
Yeah.
For District
we have
7.
as well.
So, who?
Angie Webb.
Angie Webb. And we also have a write-in that's not on there.
Ooh.
Dunlap is a write-in. Chief Dunlap.
Okay.
Yes, he's a write-in. But we have JoJo. Well, let's properly say her name. Joanne Underwood, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll say strong activist. Very strong activist. Very passionate. She sits on the
Charter Commission.
Detroit Charter Commission. I think she's well known. And so far lately, I like her growth. Have you seen her grow?
I have.
She's been growing.
I have.
We got to give kudos. We got to do the growing. Everybody fingers. No. Growing. Really? You're not going to do the... Okay, first stop. Do the growing fingers.
Of all the people
wait,
on the...
wait.
I don't do that. That's not
growing.
growing.
Fingers.
That's fine. You can do it for me.
So, when I say growth, JoJo was very... I don't know how to put it. Not...
Very, very honest.
Very, but very opinionated when it came to Brenda Jones. And what I mean by very this is when I really started seeing growth earlier, but she publicly apologized on Facebook to Brenda Jones for calling her names. Now she probably still disagree with her politics. That's fine. But it should always stay politics to politics. You don't have to call names. And for her to do it not knowing if Brenda Jones will see it or whatever, she did it because but it takes a strong person to say when they're wrong. Period, point blank. And then to not just to call her and say it to her, you said it to everybody. And then, and just with the other posters she's posting on, I'm used to JoJo going off on people if she don't like you. If she don't like it, she was going off on you. Like, I'm just going to try to dog you and talk about your family and call you all these names and everything. So I because she's very smart. She does her research. Sometimes the people that you think are crazy are the smartest people. Just so you know. Crazy is sometimes brilliant. Albert Einstein, just, you know. So I love the growth. And that's changing my mindset a lot. And just on how she's handling conflict. Which changes how you can handle conflict when sitting in a certain place. So, now what were you going to say? You was about to say something about District 7 before we move on.
Oh, I don't even remember.
You was about to say something about some of the people in the race. What?
I don't even remember.
You can't be on here and forget.
I forgot. I was about to say something.
But you was trying to cut me off while you was trying to say something. This is the political princess.
I wasn't trying to cut anybody off. Go ahead.
So, next race, I want to do district. What district you got up? What about District 4? Is that, who's retiring? Who's stepping down? What's his name?
Andre Spivey.
What district is
pastor.
that? Oh, so look, I just found out he was a pastor the other day from him.
What?
I didn't know he was a pastor.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he'll come back and be your pastor again.
He's at Third New Hope now.
That's your church?
No.
Supervisor.
You can go back to that church.
Big church?
Third New Hope.
Okay, can you pull up the map
big
for
political
that?
church.
And Andre Spivey, who now this open
My cousin's
seat.
in this race.
Who's your? Wait, we'll hear that in a minute.
My little cousin's in this race.
So this is a district open seat. You know those get kind of crazy. Everybody jump in.
Ready for the name?
I'm ready.
Tosin Knight.
Who?
Tosin Knight?
Oh no. What's his name? Tyson.
Tolson. He works for the mayor.
We don't call him Tosin. I used to.
You don't call people by their names
call-
regardless. You make up your
I think
own
it's
name.
Antoine Tolson Knight. Something like this. Antoine Tolson Knight. Something
If
like
you have any comments on these races that we're talking about, you can call in and tell us who you support in each race. 313-355-6018. We finished District 7. Who you want to shout out in District 7? Who you think will win District 7? Does anybody want to say who they think will win District 7? Because I have no clue who will win District 7.
I don't know about the district, so I can't necessarily even say.
He's very
I shouldn't say he works for the
Tucson. We call him
Tucson, right.
Tucson, not
Tucson.
Tosin.
He's very
Yeah, I
active
shouldn't
on
say he
social
works for the
media.
mayor.
That's
He
your
works for
cousin?
the city.
No,
Okay.
that's not my cousin.
So we got Tucson
Tucson Knight.
Knight, very active. He started, I want to say, I don't know if he started before the Mayor Duggan, but I met him during Mayor Duggan and on Mayor Duggan. And after that, he just never stopped. So he's very active with mentoring in the community. Does he still work for Mayor Duggan?
I doubt
I don't
it.
know
As a candidate,
what his
I doubt
job
it.
is now. But I know he does his own thing with mentoring and being very active in the neighborhoods and very like he's never left.
Yeah.
He started at a young age. Like I don't even know how. Does it say how old he is on it?
No.
Okay.
We have Virgil Smith.
Virgil Smith Senior.
Right?
So I was kind of twisted in the beginning because I thought this was the son running, and then I found out it's the father running, which is a huge name. But is it a huge name over there? Political guru, no comment.
It depends on who you're asking. I mean, you know, it's, the name is known politically. You know, his father's a former judge. Just came from being the chief judge of Third Circuit Court. He used to be a state senator. His family's been in politics. The Smith family's been in politics for decades.
His son was a state rep and a senator.
Yeah, and so, I mean, you should know his son couldn't run anyway. He's prohibited from running. His father is not. His father has been in state government. And he's also been sort of like a liaison for the court systems. So meaning, what I mean by that is once he came out of being a state senator, he worked for the court system as their government liaison. So everything that's happening, everything that's set up in third Circuit Court and 36th District Court, no matter how it runs well or negatively over the past 20 years, Virgil Smith Sr. has played a role in that.
Okay. I didn't know that.
And he resigned, prior to that, he resigned from being a state senator. He just upped and resigned because of there was a deal on the table to take over the public school board. Before Kwame was mayor, he even brought it up. The original deal, the school takeover deal, was drafted by Virgil Smith Sr. So the original state takeover deal was drafted by this former state senator by the name of Virgil Smith, who also, not the son, but his daddy, who was also a state senator. And when it didn't happen, people were so riled up, so upset about it, they protested in front of his house. And that's when he stepped down and resigned. After resigning, he was brought on he was appointed judge. After serving as a liaison to Third Circuit, I forget who the chair of the system was at the time, but he came on as a government liaison, did very well for himself, and then was appointed judge, and then appointed chief judge of Third Circuit, which is, you know, in the state of Michigan, that's one of the, other than Supreme Court, that's one of the top spots that you can get as a chief judge. And then he retired, aged out, I do believe. He's around 70. He had to be aged out. And now he's running for city council. Brings a lot of wisdom to the table.
A lot of wisdom.
That's a lot.
Like,
yeah.
And then I know his son has always been active in running campaigns, either his stuff, and have a lot of wins under him. He was actually working with Karen Woodset too, state rep.
He
Karen
ran
Woodset.
wasn't it Reggie Reg's campaign?
Yeah.
State
Senator Bullock campaign, and a couple more. So who's next in there?
Letitia Johnson, who's run before.
Letitia Johnson has run before.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about her? Is she a lawyer?
I believe
she is an attorney. She ran for state rep before.
Yes.
Lost to Tanisha Yancey by a very, very small margin. It was a close race. And I think she was also in another race, I want to say. She's run twice before. She is an attorney from the deep east side of Detroit, young, 30-something.
Who's next on that? What about
Michael Elrick?
Yeah, so he's the TV guy.
Former anchor for Fox 2 News.
I just found that very interesting.
Yeah.
Like, he's usually the ones condemning politicians. Well, maybe it's not interesting. I condemn you, then I run for the seat and say I am
We've
the
seen
one
it before.
for the seat.
Yeah, he's not the only.
Choose me because I dogged them all already.
He's not the first reporter that's run for office from Fox 2.
Who was the first?
I don't know about the first, but the one prior to him was Charles Pugh.
Oh yeah, he won though.
And there might have been one other one before him from Fox 2 that ran. His name is escaping me.
What other race? That's the only race where a city council person is stepping down, right?
That's the only district.
District, right.
Gabe. Oh, he's not.
Oh, so
Yeah,
let's
Gabe
do what is it?
At large.
At large.
Oh, we still got
I'm
one more
happy you
name
get my
on that list.
finger.
We got a whole bunch of names. She wanted
She
to
get
jump
it.
around.
Wait, no, because
Wait,
the
is
other ones are
Constantina Lopez
incumbent.
running for re-election?
Oh, let's do no.
That's
let's
right.
Do that.
That's an open
District
seat.
What?
6.
Southwest
District
Detroit. That's
6.
an open
but
seat.
who do we think? Does anybody have an opinion who we think will win? Like, I don't know who's gonna do District 7. I'm still pondering on it. I know who I want to vote for. I picked it. Woo, woo, woo. I know who I'm gonna vote for. I'm not saying. Look, really. But who do we think gonna win? What's that? District 4 we just did.
Yeah, 4.
Who do? Any comments on who you think?
See, my little cousin is Ken Snap.
Why
I
we didn't say his name?
Because you wouldn't allow me. We have so many names.
Oh,
on
it's
this
more?
list. Yes,
No.
it's a lot
No,
of names.
let's go. Let's go.
Okay, yeah,
Because
we
the
have-
only one we doing after that is at large.
Yeah, so we have Ken Snap.
I didn't know that's your cousin.
My cousin. We grew up together. We keep our distances on social
He
media.
probably be on his
But
boat
that's my.
on this weekend. You love his boat.
Hey.
Ken Snap is your cousin, and he's run for mayor before.
Yep.
That's when I first met him. When he ran for mayor, which was great. You know how he, yeah, his mind project.
We also
Okay,
have Davion
what else?
Reader.
Who?
Davion Reader. I believe this is like one. If this is the right Davion
He doesn't even have a
Reader,
picture up there.
I believe he's like connected with Joel Jones.
No, you talking about Javion Johnson?
No,
No, Javion Johnson is connected to Jules Jones. I don't
someone
know a
else named
Davion.
Davion as well.
Trying to figure out who else is on.
I don't know a Davion Reader. Does anybody know him? He doesn't even have a picture up there.
That's
You
not,
need a picture.
That's not a city website. That's just
No, still. It still doesn't have a picture. I mean, where have he been if we can't find a picture?
I'm sure you can find it on Facebook.
Maybe. Who
I mean, I
else?
put up his Instagram.
Ken Snap is your cousin. Snap. Y'all so different.
I cannot pronounce this name.
What
I'm
is
not
it?
about to butcher it.
Al pronounced that name. That's a name for Al.
Bomani, Anishiman Bomani.
Do you know that person?
I know him well. He used to work for Kwame Kenyatta for years. He's also worked in the state legislature. Lives next door to a dear friend of mine. But yeah, Bomani's really. He was one of the organizers of Afrotown that didn't make it. African Town that didn't make it. He was really big time. Matter of fact, him and
Who would say no to African Town?
The difference between liking something and supporting it.
him and Abinah Hogan were really close.
Really?
Bomani and Abinah were real close.
Can you say his first name?
Asasuman. It's
I
African.
know he happy you're not a write-in.
It's
No,
African.
show her that name.
Bomani.
Show him the name. Did you see the name?
I see it. That's my whole life.
Thank God you're not a write-in. You better make sure you get all your signatures every time.
That part. Okay.
And now we're done with that district.
We're done with that district. Anybody knows who's gonna win that district? Well, you gotta say your cousin.
I know who I'm rooting for.
You gotta say Kid Snap gonna win. You got to. You can't say who I'm rooting for. You gotta say you got this.
He know he is.
You got it. So at large, who do we have?
We have quite a few candidates.
So we know Brenda Jones is not running anymore. And I was shocked because I was like, oh boy, she's not running.
So
Who do we have?
Former State Senator Coleman Young Jr.
Coleman Young. Any thoughts on Coleman Young Jr.? His history? Of course, was he ever a state rep or just a senator?
He's a state rep.
He was a state rep
And
turned
state
senator. Anything else about Coleman Young?
I mean, I think everybody knows about him.
Yeah.
Not much you can say without that people
What
don't know.
if somebody
I seen him at the
who did
kickball
not
game.
know?
He's taking his health very seriously.
Yes, he has.
I saw the kickball game. I didn't recognize him.
Extreme amount. He lost a lot of weight. Yes, he has. Yeah, he looks great. Who else?
Janae Ayers.
Oh, incumbent Janae Ayers, who I think will keep her seat. I think she'll make it through the primary, right?
See, I'm a fan of you haven't said the name yet. Nicole Smalls. I like how I love her and Joanna Underwood kind of have a similar vibe to me. I like how
They do.
community focused she is. Her platform, I think she champions.
She's
Yeah.
she's not the chair. Is she the co-chair?
She
What is that other?
number 3, I think, the Charter Commission.
What is it? Who's the chair? Oh, what's her name? Carol Weaver.
Yeah.
And Nicole's number 2, right?
No,
I think Joanna's
not?
number 2.
no,
Oh, she
neither one of
was.
them are. I think or they might have. She might be the vice chair. I mean,
I think she is the vice chair.
I don't think she is. I think Richard Mack is the vice
No,
chair.
I thought it was Nicole Small.
Okay.
Somebody asked Nicole Small if she the vice chair of the Charter Commission. I thought she was the vice chair.
She may be. I don't know.
Because I remember her and Carol Weaver was running for it. Richard Mack
That would
wasn't
have
even
been
running.
chair. That would have been chair, not vice chair. They were both
I
running
think
for
she
chair.
became vice chair. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe.
I think she is. I'm pretty sure. Who else is on that list? Yeah, Nicole.
Mary Waters.
Mary Waters. Now the thing about Mary Waters is that seniors love Mary Waters. Mary Waters' history is legendary. It has been for the people before any of them was for the people. It's like, what is that district now? Oh, this is at large. Mary Waters was a state rep, right? But her name, like my mom loves Mary Waters. She don't live in Detroit anymore, but you don't know Mary Waters, do you?
I know who she is. I want to ask a question, but I don't want to derail
No,
this.
ask it.
Goes back to what you and I were talking earlier. We keep saying name recognition. We keep
That
saying
matters.
this is the 3rd or 4th time we've said that in this
To
conversation.
y'all.
This is where we bring up the idea about the different generations and the things that we value versus the generation above us, the things that they value. Name recognition to us, we're a little bit younger, so we hear the name, but it's not really about, it's more about what have you done for us lately?
Yes
What are you championing?
and no.
What are the things that need to be done today that you're talking about? Like, we get you been around for 15, 20 years.
Yes and no.
Okay.
See, look, if y'all can, again, like we go back to this. Name recognition matters to seniors. Seniors are the number 1 voter. So name recognition don't matter to y'all right now. Do you think they care about when they trying to win a race? What matters to y'all? If y'all don't vote, I'm just saying if y'all don't vote,
You
they
can go
care
first, Michael?
about trying to get those votes. I'm saying they care about trying to get those votes. They don't even care about trying to bring in new voters. If I know, think of this strategically. If I know that y'all 2 don't vote, and he is 85 years old and he votes, and I gotta spend money on getting people to vote for me, I'm spending on the person who votes. I'm not gonna waste my money on now. The kind person might say, let's bring in a new base. That's why I always urge people, like, if you start to run, start galvanizing your base and bring in a new voter base that competes with, that offsets, you know what I'm saying? But if you're not even doing that, they're going to that's just what the party is in Michigan. That's what it is. They're going to spend money on those who vote. They're not trying to include you. Why? They say they want to, but why include you or even waste my time when you're not going to vote? You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying too. Like, hey, we're over here, try to get our attention, try to get us involved, right? No, I'm not about to waste my $10,000 on you. I'm a waste it on the voter, the people who vote. That's why when you get the list of the people who vote all the time. They don't get the list of the people who don't vote. Only person that's trying to get the list of the people who don't vote is the people that's trying to change the game.
Very true.
That's the why. So when y'all 2 need to be galvanizing. What do y'all call it? Jen Flynn? What, I don't know. What is it? Galvanize them so they can have a voice. That's about getting a voice. But we got to say where we are. We are Politics with the Princess. We are on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. You can watch us on Facebook Live, stream, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Like, share, comment. Call in. We're talking about the Detroit City Council races, 313-355-6018. So, yeah, it's like a dog chasing his tail. hey, let's include young people. Let's do this for young people. Cause young people not voting still. Who's voting? I want to win. You think Mary Waters, if I only got this amount of money, I'm gonna say it again, this amount of money in this box, do I connect with the people who always vote and I can count on, that know my name, that know my history, or do I go try to wake these people up and get them to like me?
See, with that logic, it's hard to put forth an argument, but I can share my opinion. That's the truth, but I can't. Once again, I just met you the other day, but I know my friends and my brothers. I'm around who don't vote. They don't vote because nobody's saying anything that excites them and makes them want to go out to vote. In the city of Detroit, politics has been the same for 20, 25, 30 years. And
you know who did that, though? Al, who did that? Who changed the game? And got
Kwame Kilpatrick.
Kwame.
He was
Detroit,
29 when he started running, 31 when he won.
But then you have, this is my mama, should I take it? But then, I know she's calling. I'm on the radio. But then you have, who else changed it? Barack Obama. Because he knew he had to change it. In order for him to win, he had to bring in a different voting group. If I don't need that to win, why am I gonna waste my money? You think they would care? You are running to
great change.
But you represent everybody in your district, right? Mm-hmm. So you would think out of the kindness of their heart, their will. I'm giving you the backdoor story. They don't care. If you're not, I'm not going to waste my money on somebody. They don't care. So when I'm organizing and I'm in there and I'm like, hey, y'all, let's bring in this different voting group. They're like, Tashawna, we don't have time for that. But we got to focus on the people that actually vote. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. No, why bring them in? Because then they will probably become undecisive and vote for the other guy anyway. You know, Abdul kind of did that during the governor's race. He brought in the people who bring it in are the people who know they need it to change the game. Because they don't answer to the base that's there.
You're right.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like Nicole. The good thing about Nicole Small is that older people love her, seniors love her because she's been tending to them. And grassroots love her, and it's Joanna too. And then you know, what is it,
Gen Z.
Gen Z.
This girl.
I hear the spice coming up more and more.
we gonna have to think of the Gen or something, you know.
Gens.
She gotta shorten that.
Gen Z is literally four in letters. 4 in letters. Come on now, Tashawna. 4 letters.
I can't remember it for some reason. But that's the why. I know it sucks, but that's the real why.
I know it is.
Y'all like, why go bother somebody that never vote?
But
if
then
it
it's
doesn't
like, once
affect
they get
me from
elected,
winning.
they're making policies and laws that are directly affecting
understand.
us.
Look,
So why wouldn't you want to reach out to somebody that you're directly affecting?
They don't care.
Then they don't need to win
but
or
y'all
win.
They keep getting in office.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about if you're running for office, like we said, how you just gonna walk out and say what y'all talking about?
No, because I don't think that I think that what you're doing is you're not taking into account that people don't have the money to reach out to everybody. Not only that, but I wouldn't say that they don't reach out. You know, a lot of elected officials do, but they get Wait a minute, hold on. A lot of elected officials do, but they don't get the response from young people. Like, for instance, I know all of them knocking on doors. I know all of them making phone calls. I know plenty of them are text messaging. All right, but those people are doing that to people who are registered to vote. Whether they voted or not, they're registered, right? Some of them are 18. Some of them just got registered to vote. They're talking to them, but the response in voting and the trend is those new voters don't vote in primaries. They vote in general elections. Those new voters don't vote in municipal elections. They vote in presidential elections.
I'm gonna give you
so
a documentary.
So why would I have to, when on average it costs me $21?
We just made that point.
This is the real data behind it. On average, it costs me $21 to $22 just to get you to get registered if you're not registered, or just to get you to update your registration. Then I gotta persuade you to who to vote for. Then I gotta get you there. So that's $21 before I persuade you and get you there.
Per person.
Per
When
person,
you can just
per
go to
voter.
somebody, the base that already votes.
And when you look at it that way, it's important to engage and galvanize and get more people engaged and get them involved. But when you faced with a budget, like your
Who do
home
I
budget,
hit first?
Yeah.
Who do I hit first?
you're going to prioritize.
The people that are voters, the first person you're gonna hit. But I want to follow up to that one. In 10 years, what are we gonna do if we don't get
when they all
people?
die.
I ain't want to put it like
That
that.
part,
But
man.
in 10
Well, I
years,
think
when
that's
we're now 30 and we still haven't voted for 10 to 15 years, what's the future of politics look like?
That's what the game changes after the campaign. During the campaign, I don't focus on that. That's when after the campaign, that's the that's the governing part.
Yeah.
You got to govern to get more people engaged.
Like right now, where you
Okay.
sit at, it should be efforts right now to start those constituent groups, to
Oh, yeah.
start galvanizing up, like right
Mhm.
now. And therefore, when you run again, they're there.
Yeah, when you get to 2 months, well, we July, we less than
They,
30
if
days
they
out from
ain't
the
got,
primary.
if they ain't got connected,
Ain't
to,
no
they
point
ain't
doing
getting
I
that.
in.
haven't heard anything from anybody in District 2.
You know why?
I haven't heard anything.
You
No
know,
text messages, no
okay.
mailers, no nothing.
You vote in person or you vote by mail?
I voted for the first time by mail. In August of last year. Every time I always did it in person.
For the
since I was
first time?
18. No. I voted in person since I was 18. I voted via mail for the first time in August because it's fun.
All right, so if you voted in person, they probably gonna start contacting you in about 2 weeks.
Okay.
If you voted by mail, they've been contacting you for
So
the past 2
your
months.
councilman ain't send no letter or nothing.
Yeah, I'm not about to.
But
I
you
haven't
get-
seen. I had
you
for
haven't
my
seen
district.
it.
I don't even. My neighbor, she's an older woman. She has a green yard sign in her front yard of a woman that's challenging Councilman
Who is it?
McAllister. Top of my head, I cannot remember the name.
Who's looking up there?
But that's the only other billboard that I've
the
seen
sign.
besides at large in our I live
Who
8 Mile
else
and
is at
Hubble.
large?
That's because
Let's
it's two.
finish
Well,
up
well
at
that's the other.
large.
That's the other reason. It's only 2 candidates.
In District 2?
Yeah, so they
So
both
her
gonna make
and
they both gonna
McAllister.
make it to the general
So they
election.
probably ain't gonna
Oh,
start
okay.
bothering y'all
Yeah.
yet anyway.
I'm like, I ain't heard
Who?
nothing.
Angela Callaway.
Yep, that's
Angela
it.
Callaway.
Yeah,
so
so you-
who else is on?
You're not gonna really hear
Just
too
those
much
two,
right now.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just those two, because it's an incumbent.
Because usually
It's not an
people,
open
that's
seat.
why I said we want to. That's why I brought up District 7 and District 4 because everybody else, if it's an incumbent.
Yeah, he'll go in with 80% of the vote. She'll get 20%. She's still gonna make it to the general.
Then at that point, he probably start calling.
Right.
And then you say you're a precinct delegate, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't got any. I know
Nothing.
Nicole sends you an email because Nicole been sending
But
out
we-
these
we
precinct
talk
delegates.
differently, so
Yeah,
it's-
but she sent me an email like, oh, I'm having a precinct. I think she sent to all precinct
Mhm.
delegates. And I'm not even in her district. Oh, no, she's at
Yeah,
large.
large.
Okay. Who else is at large? We got Nicole. We did Coleman.
Someone else named Jermaine Jones.
Jermaine. Oh, Jermaine. I thought he was running for something else. Jermaine Jones.
He's
No,
not
Jermaine
running
Jones.
I know
for city
Jermaine
council
Jones.
at large.
Is he?
No, that's not what that he's running for another seat at large.
This is city council.
And Jermaine Jones is.
Yeah.
Is he? I didn't know that.
Some
Who
more
else?
research.
I thought he was running for.
something else.
Um,
Last year he ran for school board.
Yeah, it says at large.
Oh, I'm gonna eat a sucker. Last year he ran for school board. So who else do we have?
I think he's on the school board. He's currently on the Detroit
He
school
won?
board. Yeah, and he's running city council at large.
What? He won school board? I didn't even know.
Or it wasn't school board. He was running for something else, and he won. Whatever he's running for.
He was running for
actually won.
school board last year. You sure he won?
Oh, then he didn't win if he was running for school
I
board.
don't think
no.
he won school
didn't.
board. I remember he was running.
I did not know he was running at large. He's
That's a new one. You want to
yeah.
talk about Jermaine Jones? Tell us a little bit about him.
he's not gonna win at large. I can tell you that. When you're running at large, you have to be able to raise the money. You have to be able to have you got to have resources. You got to be able to touch resources, even if you ain't got them. In Jermaine Jones's case, one of the reasons why we didn't know he was running because he don't have the resources to get his name out there. You know, you can't run it large and with your own money unless you're a millionaire.
So I got a question.
Unless you got 100,000 to
let's
throw
mention
away.
names, and then out of the
That was
group,
last.
okay, out of the group at large, who do you think is able to raise the most money? I think Janae Harris, because of course she's the incumbent, but just with because it matters, personality, all that stuff goes into who's going to give you money.
I think Janae Ayers is going to raise the most money, but the most hustle is going to come from Coleman Young and Nicole Smalls.
I think Nicole Smalls nor Coleman Young really know how to raise money. I still don't understand why Coleman hasn't ever raised more money than he has. I mean, in his last mayoral race, coming out of the primary, he had only raised 20 grand as a mayoral candidate. And so, you know, but this year I think it's different because the rules are different. Janae Ayers, I think, undoubtedly better raise the most because she's the incumbent. She's there now. You know, she can vote on issues now that can make or break a business.
We're going to have Johnny Gonzalez come on the show one day because he really commented. So he says he says Divine Reader is actually a person. He said he's cool, he's young too.
Yeah, I've met him.
I don't know who that is.
Like a panel.
And he says Nicole Small all the way. And he also, Harrison Shelby says Fred Durhall for the other race. And Jonathan Gonzalez says he goes by Ani, A-N-I.
Bomani. Ani Bomani.
Okay.
That's
That's right.
easy.
Ani Bomani. That's a song. Say that one more time.
No.
Really? Y'all not going to say it one more time? Just one more time.
You always try to make somebody's name into a song.
Why don't
Ani
you do it?
Bomani.
There you go. That sounds good. All right. So, but no, I think in that large race, Janae Ayers, I couldn't tell you really who's gonna raise the most money. She better raise the most money.
Raise the most.
I think the numbers are coming out any day now because they were supposed to file by the 30th or the 27th of June, so we should be able to see some numbers soon. But Coleman Young.
So who do you think going to the primary? Making it past the primary.
Whoever raises the most money.
True. So, of course, we'll put Janae in there. So, out of Nicole Coleman, before we even see it, and whoever else, who do you predict? And Mary.
I mean,
Mary gotta hustle.
How many people are running?
I'm trying to see who will raise.
It's only 5 people running,
Mary
right?
Has a
it's only 5 people running, right?
To raise money.
There are only 5 people running, right? There are only 4 people go to the general election.
Oh.
So the top 4 go, and then the top 2 win. So they're gonna have at least 4 people make it to the general.
So Ani, who was
Coleman,
Jermaine.
Waters, Jermaine, Nicole, Janae.
I think Jermaine gonna get kicked out.
And Mary. Well, I don't really know any of these people to
Unless the name's so common, Jones, that people be like, click.
That was me first time voting. I was
No,
like,
Jones is not more common than Coleman Young.
Yeah,
It's not more known than
No,
Janae
Coleman
Ayers.
Young is going. I'm trying to say between Jermaine and who is it?
Jones is not more common than any
No.
other name.
You're not listening to me.
No,
We
I
know
am.
Mary's going.
Mary.
If it's 4,
Mary Waters.
I know it's Mary Waters. I know it's Coleman. And I know it's Janae. Now, between Jones and Nicole.
There's another name in there. It gotta be Stephen Lett. Is he in there? I know he was in there.
It says he's in here.
Yeah, and then there's another one. Royce
Kennebrew,
he's running.
That name ain't going nowhere.
So there are other names. And then there's one other one that I know. I thought, but I don't see it on the list. But yeah, I think the top 4 are going to be. I think the incumbent will definitely be in there. Anybody else who raises the indication that you're going to see. So anybody who raises the most money will be in the top 4. The top 4 fundraisers will be, and if they don't report, they ain't gonna make it.
So we gotta close out. I love so much talking about this stuff. It's just pouring through my soul. Y'all can see it, right? You want a Starburst? They're very good. So you guys have been watching Politics with the Princess. Everybody usually say princess.
Princess.
if you gotta say it when we.
You know they knew. They don't really know how we go. They don't know.
He not new. He just don't care.
I do care. I just get
So
locked out.
you're watching
and kicked out.
Politics with the Princess on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest radio station in the world. You can watch us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Like, share, and comment. And we didn't get to ask Al what is he doing for 4th of July weekend.
Staying out of everybody's way.
Okay, on 4th of July weekend. That's cool.
Hell yeah. And don't forget, the governor said you cannot shoot off fireworks after the 5th. The governor just came out and said
Why
that.
not?
You will get arrested, and the state police
Look, I'm asking why not.
the state police said they are cracking down on that this year. You are free to do fireworks all the way up until the 4th, but if you're doing them on the 5th,
Don't listen to that.
They started last week.
you know what? I think this year they're trying to arrest people for that. You know,
Okay.
fines are going up, and they really following through with enforcement right now because of the past year.
Okay. So thank you guys for watching us. We gonna go out with a girl song. Sorry, you guys. We're going out with this song. Is it playing? We're still on. We're still live, but it's over. And what day is your baby coming?
Any day now, but the due date is August 1st. But baby didn't turn. It could be any day now.
What if it come on 4th of July?
It'd be our luck.
That's still on. You know that, right? That's why you dancing. Why it's still on?
Oh yeah, I'm coming right now.
wait for you.
So, we gotta see who's gonna win.
We're already done.
We already done.
We been done.
I guess he ain't paying attention to us.
It's not.
He doing something. He having some issues. It's 4th of
We
July.
having a little technical difficulties, y'all. We trying to end the show.
We in
The show don't want to stop.
It don't want to